Welcome to all you beautiful ladies. Welcome back to another video. I am Nina, and today I'm in my attraction energy. As you can see, I got my money game strong today. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about how to set a male trap. But what I really love about this topic is that this is basically attraction techniques that I'm going to teach you that will work on a man, and they will also work in attracting other things like money. So I'll kind of use two, I'll do it like a two in one, and reflect both sides. Okay, so let me quickly clarify. When I say attract a man, I mean attract male or masculine energy in general. I will never claim to be able to get you to attract a specific person. Maybe these techniques will work on a specific person, maybe not. What I have learned is that in order for these techniques to work, the person has to already feel a certain type of way about you. So if the specific person doesn't feel a type of way about you, I can't really promise anything, but it's worth a shot. Okay, so let's go. How do you set a male trap? Okay, so men are very attracted by what they see first. So, yes, a lot of men are looking for a good woman, someone who is loyal, who is smart, who is, well mannered, who is cultured, and so on and so forth, of course. But what overrides all of that, or what comes first before all of that, is looks. Okay, for a lot of men, majority, they are just driven that way. Okay, so to some extent you do have to appeal to the kind of woman that he's going to be attracted to. So the type of men that I am attracted to are, successful men, right? And they have a more or less a criteria or a kind of woman that they find themselves attracted to. Okay, so these are the types of characteristics that I embody in order for these types of men to find me attractive. Okay, and like I said, it's just simple things like putting yourself together. It's not really like that drastic. Although a lot of women don't like to make that kind of effort, it makes it seem really drastic. But all it takes is just, putting a little bit more effort into your looks. So that's the first thing. If we translate that into attracting money, how does looking good help you attract money better? Well, it's very simple. First of all, when you look good, people tend to take you more seriously. So, for example, if you are a business owner, or if you are looking to get a promotion, or if you are looking to get a job, okay, you're looking to get hired. Looking good every time you are around your colleagues, your boss, your managers, all of that kind of stuff. Every time you're at work and you're representing the company, if you always look good, you first of all stand out. Secondly, people gravitate towards you. They see you as more approachable, and they also see you as more professional. Even when you go out representing your company, you will get more respect if you are well put together, versus if just rock up as you are, even if you are extremely intelligent. Okay, if you go to an interview, you could be the best qualified person there, but if you don't look really good, and somebody who's less qualified than you looks really good and they walk in, that already, tips the scale against your favor, because work is not only about what you know. You also have to be able to socialize with people and like I said, represent the company. So if the company feels like your look doesn't appeal as much, then your credentials kind of weigh less, right? Think about it. If somebody who has the exact same credentials as you but is well put together comes in for an interview, and you come in and maybe your personality and your, experience is a little bit stronger, but they just have that look, okay? Especially if it's a position where you're going to be working with people, whether it's customers, clients, or just within the group setting itself. They want to see something pretty when they come to work. I know it sounds really shallow, but we're human beings. We're pretty shallow, okay? So you have to keep that in mind. And so when you look a certain way, it tells people that you take yourself seriously, and they start taking you seriously, and your money starts reflecting the fact that people are taking you seriously. Okay. So that's one. That's how you set a male trap and how you set a money trap. Okay. Step one, look good. Step two, be pleasant. Okay. Have a pleasant disposition. I'm pretty sure that's the word. Just have that as your default setting. If people push you and rub you up the wrong way, of course, get into, whatever mode you need to get into. Not really whatever, but, get the walls up and everything. But as a default, just be a well-mannered person. There's nothing more pleasant than a pretty well-mannered person. Everybody wants to be around someone like that, So greet people, smile at people, remember people's names, stuff like that. That will help you because you exude that energy that pulls people towards you, and men really like that. They really like that. You I don't know, it comes across as like very confident because you don't need to put other people down in order to feel good about yourself. A lot of women think, especially when they start putting on makeup, they think they have to be mean in order to assert their place, maybe with like serving staff, maybe at like a restaurant or something like that. But it's quite the opposite. When you're confident, you're able to, hi, how are you? Good. Okay. Can I please have da 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 da? Whether you're on a date, whether you're on your own, people are watching, and single men watch women, especially attractive women. They watch them, how they speak to other people, and all of that kind of stuff. I've been approached at like the most weirdest places because men were really charmed by the way that I spoke with the staff, right? You're not being over friendly. You're not taking it there. The staff is calling you ma'am. So there's that level of respect. You call the staff, that whoever's helping you by their name, you can see their name tag or whatever. It's just that extra detail that lets another person know, especially a man, in this instance, it lets him know your personality before he approaches you. Maybe you're out with your friends or you're out just, grabbing lunch or whatever. The way that you speak to the waitress, if he's sitting across the room and intrigued by you, he's going to watch that. If he sees how you smile at the waitress, he's going to think, wow, she's so warm. I can probably approach her, right? And that's what you want, because that's how you set a male trap. You pull them in, right? By your charm. So now you've got two things. You've got your looks and you've got your charm, okay? How do you use this with money? It's the exact same energy, You have to be optimistic. You have to have an optimistic personality or way of seeing yourself, of seeing life, of seeing opportunities. That's how money comes to you. If you are always miserable and you're always complaining about how little you have. It's almost the same like the person who constantly sends food back because, this wasn't cooked right. There's nothing wrong with sending food back. Absolutely get the service that you're paying for. But sometimes being too nitpicky is just it's not necessary. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, are you looking for attention? Are you broke? What's going on? You know what I mean? It's just not a good look. So it's the same thing with money. If you're constantly complaining, oh, it's not enough, it's not good enough, oh, great, now I can pay this, oh, all the money that came in just went straight out to go pay for, A, B, and C. If your attitude towards money is really like sour or bitter or salty, it's not sweet and pleasant, then that's something that you need to change as well, because money doesn't really stick around if the vibe is not cool. And it sounds like, are you being for real? But yeah, I've heard a lot of really successful people say this, and I found it to be true in my life as well. When I am in a really bad space emotionally, especially towards my finances specifically, I get that result. But when I'm really relaxed and really optimistic, and when things don't go my way, I'm like, okay, this isn't the best, but I'm sure we can fix it. Let's find a way to fix it. Just like if a waitress makes a mistake, okay, let's find a way to fix it. How can we fix it? If you have that kind of personality or characteristic in your personality, then you are somebody that people probably want to be around more than somebody who's the opposite. You're somebody that money wants to get around more than the opposite, because you just represent optimism, and it's the same frequency as money. So you look good and you have a good manner about you, or a good personality that you emanate as much as possible, okay? Because you never know who's watching. And just if it's part of your lifestyle in general, that is actually probably the best route to go, because, certain things come through when you don't even realize it, right? Sometimes you say something, just maybe something witty or funny, or you respond in a certain way. If your mindset is not in a particular direction, those little, off the cuff comments can really give you away. So my advice would be, really get your mind into it. But of course, if you just want to just try it out at first, go right ahead and see how it works out for you, and see how you want to implement that. Okay. Another thing that I will say is, part of looking good is, having like your own kind of style. A lot of people think looking good means putting on what the magazine says is in style right now. So you can use it as a guideline, but it's not going to be the tool that tells you how to put yourself together. Develop a style. For me, I think one of the biggest pillars of how I choose clothing is classic femininity. How do I buy, or what do I look for when I buy, that is going to be timeless, something that I can wear, God willing, if my body doesn't change, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, especially if you're buying something that's really a big ticket item, and you want it to be something that's going to, be versatile and serve you for a long time. And you wanted to have a certain kind of style that's going to, even if you change, careers, jobs, lifestyles, whatever, more or less you're in, one kind of range, okay? So for me, the classic feminine style really appeals to me, because that's something that I can take into the office. I can take on a date. I can take to, family. I can take to friends. Obviously there's different nuances even within that, but it's something, and it's also something that makes people kind of remember you, very easily. You know, if you're a tomboy one day and then you're super feminine the next day and then you're super hippie the next day, it's just like it's so confusing. But if you're super feminine and, you know, sometimes you play a little bit of your hippie vibe up, but it's within your femininity, right? Or sometimes you play up your you know, your edgy vibe, your tomboy, but more edgy than tomboy, but still within like a feminine kind of energy. It becomes interesting instead of confusing because the base is the same. So, another way that you can really develop your own style is find a signature perfume, a perfume that you really love that becomes your scent. You can have like a signature perfume for life. You can have a signature perfume for daytime and a signature perfume for nighttime. You can have a signature perfume for summer, spring, winter, autumn, whatever. You know, so you can go with one or a variety. But that also helps people remember you. A man kind of associates you with how you smell. So if he smells that perfume somewhere else, immediately he needs to think about you. So I would say maybe have like a day perfume and a night perfume, you know, that you wear, you know, maybe like 6 months in a year or even for the whole year, so that every time he sees you, he's kind of conditioned to smell you, and that will also set a trap in his mind, right? Okay, and how that translates to money is this almost overlaps with the, you know, good personality aspect as well, because when you kind of do those extra things that make you smell good, that make you look good, that make you stand out, you kind of taking that extra care in yourself. You know, you're giving yourself that extra edge. And once again, people will want to interact with you. You know, your clients will want to interact with you. Your boss, your manager, your colleagues, they're going to want to interact with you. Not necessarily because you smell good, but because you take that extra time, you put in that extra effort, and people really appreciate that. And yes, it doesn't hurt that you smell good. You know, I would rather do business with someone that smells really good than do business with someone that does not smell good at all. You know what I mean? So be careful though not to be too overbearing with your perfume, especially in a social setting. I'm sorry, in a formal setting. You know, you don't want to leave your boss's office and, you know, have your scent linger there for 6 hours. That can be a nuisance. But if you just have that kind of, you know, clean scent when you walk past someone and they're like, oh, that must be Nina, that leaves a certain impression that makes people see you as, you know, someone who takes extra care. So, you know, you will be the one to go the extra mile for the client, basically. That's how they see you, because that's just how you are. That's just your personality, right? So the client also feels like this person will take extra care of my stuff because she seems to take extra care of herself. It must be part of her personality. You want to give that kind of impression, and it doesn't hurt that people want to be around you, okay? Then the last way that you want to set a male trap and a money trap is you want to feel really good, okay? You want to practice feeling really good. This goes beyond your personality. This goes beyond looking good. This goes beyond anything that you could put on. You know, when you feel really good, even when you just are laying in your bed at night, you know, or in the morning, if you just take time to just feel good, even if you have just little pockets of goodness in your day, right? That is also so extremely magnetizing, okay? It, like I said, it goes even beyond your personality. If your personality can attract a person from across the room, your feeling can magnetize people like in distances that you can't even, you know, explain. They actually say that the heart has a magnetic field of about 3 meters. So, you could already like just imagine the kind of power you access when you connect to your feeling, to your heart. You're able to pull people magnetically, right? It's scientific, it's not just like words, okay? So practice feeling good. Now, feeling good can either come directly from the inside, when you've found that connection with yourself and with your heart. Sometimes you need a little bit of help, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So, certain activities will help you access that level of feeling good. Walks are really great. If you're into running and jogging, go ahead, especially if you're doing it somewhere that is really nice and beautiful and clean and green and lush. That just really being around nature is really, really good for you as a human being in general. So, walks or dancing, maybe take up a dance class, a yoga class, some form of exercise, physical movement. When you're a woman, I would say, especially if you're ultra feminine, it doesn't have to be super vigorous, because you also kind of want to respect your body. Your body has cycles, and there are certain cycles where your body is the most vulnerable and the most fragile, and you need to be able to take it easy. So, know when to go hard, and go into like really hectic kind of stuff if that's what you're into, and know when to take it easy as well. So, like gentle stuff like yoga is kind of movement that you can do almost any time of your cycle. So you kind of want to look into things like that. Dancing is also pretty much the same. Walking is pretty much the same. And then you can, add high impact on that as well. Meditation is also going to be really good. Reading a book is also going to be really good, especially a really good uplifting book, whether it's self help or if you're into novels, whatever. Okay. Taking time out to do these things, they feed your mind with the idea that you value yourself, you value your inner peace, you value your inner joy, and you will take time to cultivate it. How many times a day, a week, whatever, okay? Being grateful, also just taking time to count things that you're grateful for in your life, making a list of 10 things a day, 20 things a day, however many things that switch up your feeling from, oh, this is so terrible, or whatever your thoughts are, to, wow, I'm actually so grateful to be in this moment, and I'm grateful for da 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 da, right? That is also a really great way to generate feelings. Now, you can generate these feelings for both attracting males or men or lovers, let me say, or you can use this for also attracting money, right? And what this does, like I explained, is it just emanates this aura, right? Now, I know maybe a lot of you ladies don't believe in stuff like auras and whatever, but just let me explain. There are some people that you find yourself attracted to and you don't know why, right? It's not because they're the most beautiful person that you've seen, and it's not necessarily an attraction that makes you feel like you want to be physically intimate with them necessarily, but you want to be around them because their energy just feels so good. Okay, so if you've ever been around somebody who their energy just felt so good and you just wanted to be there, then you'll understand this point. You want to be that person. You want to be the person that people are like, I don't know what it is about her, but I just love being around her energy, Sometimes you don't need to be the funniest person in the room. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You don't have to, be the loudest. None of that. But if you just generate that feeling within yourself, for yourself, and you live in it and you bask in it, like that's just part of your lifestyle. When people come into your field, your energetic field, or when people come into your world, or when people come into, your circle, they immediately pick that up. Just like people pick up depression and, unless you're really good at masking it, or, low self-esteem, low confidence, people can pick that up, especially predators. They can immediately pick it up and they'll pounce on you, right? It's the same with positive energy. People can immediately pick that up and they are drawn to you, okay? And you want to be that person, because not only is it good for, other people, it's also really good for you. It draws the right kind of opportunities to you, because you're in a state where you make decisions differently than when you're in panic. It also draws money to you. Money is one of those things that when you are confident and you are still, you get ideas. An opportunity comes your way. You make a decision. You make a good decision. You make an investment, right? If you feel bad and nervous and you're a wreck and you're anxious and you're all over the place and, you can't sleep at night, you are likely going to make very poor money decisions, okay? Even if you do get a lot of money, you're probably going to make really poor money decisions, because the way that you feel is really low, okay? Have you ever noticed that, when you go shopping and you're feeling really low, you just buy a lot of useless things, you spend a lot of money, and when you sit down and try and tally, like, what did I do with this money? Like, what did I actually buy? It just does not add up, okay? But when you feel really good and you're relaxed, you can take a little bit of money and buy, one thing, and that one thing can make a world of a difference. And your life is so much better, and you're like, wow, what have I been doing this whole time? And I hardly spent anything. I still have way more than what I spent that last time when I was feeling really bad, and my life looks way better, okay? It's basically based on that, fact that when you feel really good, your decision making is different than when you feel really bad. So spend more time feeling good. That's going to attract good people to you, good friends, good business opportunities, good, good money ventures, good money in general, good clients. It's also going to attract good relationships, okay? Because people are going to want to treat you the way that you treat yourself. If you treat yourself last, you don't put yourself first, you don't see your happiness as a priority, you will always draw people that don't see your happiness as a priority either, okay? So that is how you set a male trap. Let's see if we can recap a male and a money trap, okay? So obviously the first one always is look good, right? Second one is have a good personality. Third is smell good. Pay attention to little details like that. And the fourth one is feel good. Feel good. Okay. So that is how you set those traps. Let me know how it goes, ladies. I'm over here setting my traps as well. As you can see, we're feeling good and luxurious. I got Mr. Benji on my shoulder, all around me actually, all over me. Yep. Keeping me company over here. So we're setting traps. You're setting traps. Let's do this. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video. And until I see you in the next one, make sure you take care of yourselves. Put yourself first. You deserve it. And stay feminine. All right. Bye.